All right. Let's give this a try and see if it works. Take two. Hang on, puzzle publishers. Nothing yet. Hey, there it is. All right. Let's transition into something good. And here I am, Puzzle Publishers, so hopefully this is working. I have not done a stream in quite some time. Let's see if this is working here. And then last but not least, I want to check and make sure we got some audio going on. Okay. Yep. All right, I'm going to turn that off. It looks good. Hey, Puzzle Publishers, it is Tuesday night, and we got a update to SMC Beta. It's a beta. All right, I'm going to be honest with you about that, but I wanted to release this because I wanted to give you something to play with. So let's go ahead and log in. Now, betas are always available under the experimental tab. So there we go. Okay, now if you don't have, if you don't see this updated version, and you'll see the updated version because it has a width and height down here, make sure you refresh or clear the cache of your browser. If you're on the PC, it's Apple Shift R or Control Shift R. Will clear it and reload the page a lot of times, allowing you to access the new version. On the Mac, I believe it's Apple Shift R. Oh, thanks, Gary. I just happened to look over. I don't have my partner with me tonight manning the comments. So, got to wing this one by myself, but that's okay. So now here's the deal. I'm moving this towards doing shapes, but what I wanted to share with you was the ability to adjust the width and height of the maze. Now, there's three factors here involved in this. There's what we consider, you guys are used to what's called maze complexity, and then what's next comes the width and then the height. Now, here's kind of how this has always worked, and I've never really quite explained this to you guys, but I'm just going to tell you this. Complexity is actually based on maze size. So what I mean by that is this is complexity. So if you see my screen right now, complexity says 23. And what this means is it means the width and the height are 23. So if I generate a maze, you know it's going to be one of your standard mazes, pardon me. And, you know, something you're used to. And then I can reset it. If you noticed, I've left the reset button available for you guys to reset at any time right now. So I know it might not be something that you're used to, but I left it on here just because I didn't hide it. So what I want to do now is I'm going to move the complexity slider. And if you notice, the width and height sliders down below are moving. And then I can generate a maze. Now, you can take them and shrink them down to adjust the size. So I'm going to hit reset. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the width down, but I'm going to leave the height at 51. And I'm going to generate the maze. And then here you go. Because I shrunk the width down, but I left the height the same, it gave you this nice, you know, vertical protruding maze. And the solutions are fine. I mean, everything's still there. Now, here's the thing. You can adjust the height down, but this all happens within the size of the maze complexity. So what happens is, if I adjust the height down, Oh, let me hit reset first. Now, if you notice, if I hit reset, it's going to reset these, and I did that on purpose. Okay, so I'm sorry, you're just going to have to adjust them by hand again. Now, if you noticed, what it's done is, the complexity, remember, is the size of the square. Okay, it's 51 by 51. So if you generate anything smaller width and height wise, it's going to make a little maze inside of a larger square. So what I can do is watch, and I'll demonstrate this by stepping this all the way up to 99, but I'm going to step the maze, oh, I hate that. I'm going to step the maze width and height way down. And watch what happens. You get a tiny little maze up here in the corner because it's based, consider maze complexity like a viewing window. Okay, like it's the viewing window, and inside here, you're adjusting the width and the height. Now, it kind of works the opposite way. So if you do this, if you adjust your window way down to say 19, but you adjust your width and height up to 50s, what's going to happen is it's going to clip the maze. See what I mean? It's the viewing window. The maze is actually huge, and it's clipped the maze. Now, what you can kind of do some weird stuff with this too. So say, for example, I reset it. Now, some of the other ones, so if I generate a maze, if you noticed, let's try another one. The maze is actually appears a little bit smaller than the last one size-wise, and there's some math involved there. What we can do here is we can actually take and stretch this a little bit further. So watch, because I don't use the extents of the actual viewing square, you can actually stretch it. So I can actually make the height, let me reset it, a little bit bigger. You notice I made it bigger. It did not clip. But what it did is it made a maze that was taller than it is wider. So this allows you to really come up with some really unique solutions. If you see the thing that I posted, I generated some really thin bars, which is really kind of cool. So I can like reset this and say, for example, I step it up to 63 and I take the width way down and I generate a maze. Boom. Looks like there might be a little more range here. So I can go back to that 23 and maybe I can step it up to 71. Oh, nope, I clipped it. Reset. So, stop that. 23, and I think I can do 67. And I can. So this allows you to generate some really neat mazes, and it starts giving you a feel for where we're going shape-wise. Because what I do is I actually generate the maze in the contained space. So in this case, this one, yeah, that one's yucky. 2367. So let me reset those numbers. 2367, generate maze. Oh, that's much better. So that's a nice complex one. But you could actually take these and generate some really neat, if I did that, 67 seems to be a winner. And then you can take these side pieces and you can paste them somewhere. I'll give you an example maybe in the next day or two where I actually took these thin bars and I pasted them on top of colorful or animal pictures, animal drawings like a snake or whatever. You could use them as towers. You could make all kinds of different structures or shapes or whatever from these mazes, and they download the same. You get a maze, you get a solution. The only drawback with that is and you'll see when you download one, is so you have the thin maze here, but it's rendering inside the full square of 63, the viewport window. So it has some white space or some extra space, which means that you'll need to just cut the maze out and paste it in. Not a big deal for right now. Remember, it's just beta. Give it a test, have some fun with it, try a couple different things, comment back up on Facebook, and let me know what you think, okay? Other than that, have a good night, have some fun, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care.